I give it all that I got will never stop. I give it all, straight to the top, will never stop. I give it all that I have, I let it be, cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all. Yeah, all that I got, I give it everything. They lost the plot, they think I'm menacing. They wanna talk, but I ain't settling. Circle is tight, feeling like better rings. Whole lot of globe trying, man, they don't know nada. Bro, gotta show something to me and go harder. So proper, nah, not that, we sure gotta.
The Holiday Hoopla. Game number 3 features the high-powered Margaretta Polar Bears and junior Julian Washington with many offers from Max schools. They are undefeated. They will take on Johnstown, the Johnnies, with a record of 4-3. Game number 3 on this Saturday. Game number 9 overall in the Holiday Hoopla. Hello, everybody. My name is Travis Berardi, alongside Hall of Fame head coach, 2-time state champion, 4-time Final Four participant, Greg Collins. And Coach, I've been looking forward to this game, not only because I've seen him in North Central Ohio, but the state, especially the Columbus area, gets to see one Julian Washington, the junior, who has offers from Akron, Bowling Green, Kent State, Northern Iowa, Ohio, Toledo, and Eastern Michigan, just to name a few.
You know, he's a young man I have not seen in a game. I've seen highlight film, and boy, he's impressive there. But, you know, he's out in front of their press. He's out in front of their quarter court defense. And the team goes for steals. They're very aggressive. He's outstanding in the front of the press. And when he gets a steal and he gets the ball in his hands in the open court, boy, you got to watch out. He's fun to watch.
He is 49 of 67 from 2. That is 73%. He's 16 of 29 for 3, 55%. There are 3 players over 50% from 3, 2 more over 40% from 3. This isn't just Julian Washington. There are 4 scorers in double figures for this squad. Washington, Nolan Wiley, Judah Keller, and Tyson Bailey. So Johnstown, this is going to be a good test for them here if they want to have a chance of getting a chance of tying things up, as the outside Columbus schools lead this.
Well, you're
5-3.
Right. I mean, something's got to give. Both teams only give up about 44, 45 points a game. The difference, Johnstown averages under 50 points a game. Margaretta just under 80 points a game. So something's got to give. Good start right there for Johnstown.
Dylan Fox from the free throw line. And Washington gets stripped. So a turnover and another chance here for the Johnnies to add on. That three-pointer won't go, and there is Julian Washington with the board.
Nice outlet pass.
Judah Keller puts it up and in. We're tied at 2.
And that's what Margaretta loves to do. They love transition. Here they have your man, Washington, out on the front of the press. Trapping right away. Looking for turnovers. That's going to be a big key.
And a hand check's going to be called against.
Johnstown draws the foul there, but the big key is Johnstown can't have turnovers that lead right to transition points for Margaretta.
Nolan Wiley, the senior guard, called for his first foul. And the crazy thing is, only he, Ben Kaufman, and Tate Bailey, the lone seniors on the squad.
Yeah, that's not bad to be young and good.
At 3, high off the backboard, no good. Bounces around, taken out by Judah Keller.
And there's Washington on the
what a
nice
pass.
pass. Beautiful bounce pass.
Dishes it to Wiley. It's 4-2 Margaretta, and they're back into their press. That's Fox. Gets it off to Will Taylor. Now left side to Noah Robertson. Great Henry pass. Grayson Goodman couldn't get get it to go once, not twice, but he gets it a third time. We're tied at 4.
That's perseverance. Just stays with it, battles, and gets the rebound. What's interesting is Margaretta, nice move, and the foul, and one.
Judah Keller.
Keller starting off. Coach's son starting off with a couple of baskets. But what's interesting about Margaretta is Washington's in the front of the press, in front of their zone when they're playing quarter court zone. And, man, he's away from the basket. So he's not inside defending your bigs. He's outside defending the guards, which, you know, hey, would you like him inside? Well, he's outside. He's closer to his basket, closer to an outlet and a run out.
Keller at the line. He's 12 of 16 on the season. Make it 13 of 17. He completes the three-point play. 5 early points for him. It's 7-4. 2 minutes gone by in this opening quarter. Washington working his way. Gets the deflection and a steal.
That's what he's so good at. Quick hands. They get a travel call here, but first turnover for Johnstown. It doesn't cost them. But you got to make some good passes against him. He gets in that passing lane. He's quick hands.
They break the press. Right side and another travel. Johnstown's second turnover. Both teams 2 rebounds, both teams 2 turnovers.
Johnstown has scored some games where they've been in the 30s. They're not a team that I think likes the up-tempo that Margaretta is going to force them.
Here's Keller. Keller hands it off to Tate Bailey, now to Washington. Washington fade away off the back iron, no. But an offensive board, they'll keep it here. Right at the elbow. What a move, what a take, but a miss. Missed the bunny and a rebound back out to Johnstown as Bailey had an open look but just couldn't finish.
It was a great move, just couldn't finish.
That's thrown, pinballed off a couple feet. It'll stay with Johnstown with 5:01 left here opening quarter. 7-4 Margaretta. Margaretta coming in with an 8-0 record. Johnstown 4-3. Now Johnstown, a 1-point loss to Bloom Carroll, a 3-point loss to Heath, and a 9-point loss to Mount Vernon. So they've been in every game they've played. And into the lane and scoring is Nolan Wiley for his 4th point. So 2 scores for Margaretta so far have 9 points.
Yeah, it starts off with good defense. They're going to play in the passing lanes. Look for the steal, look for the tips.
Fading away, short offensive board, put back. The shot won't go for Goodman, but he will get 2 free throws.
Early on, if there's one advantage Johnstown has, that is when they're inside with Goodman. He's done a good job on the offensive boards, good job close to the basket. He is 6'4". He's only a sophomore himself.
Nolan Wiley called for his second foul. He's going to have to take a seat here for a little bit as Cale Bailey will check in for Margaretta. Cale averaging 4.4 points per game, 3 rebounds, 2.7 assists. Second free throw is true. 2 for 2, 9-6. Polar Bears across the timeline. Washington, right side baseline.
You can see good help from Johnstown. They want to cut down any penetration, especially from Washington.
Reverse the ball and cut. That's what Margaretta does here. Trying to get that movement. Nice backdoor cut. Inside, reverse layup does not fall, though. And it's taken out by Liam Deering.
Good team defense that time by Johnstown.
Inside, wide open layup, a lapse there by Margaretta. John Eckenrode on the board. It's 9-8.
Johnstown trying to do their damage inside. They think maybe they have a little bit of an advantage with the bigs.
That'll be a jump ball. It'll stay with Margaretta as Mr. Washington facilitating so far here today.
Yeah, he's had some good defense on him. They're trying to keep him outside, which is smart, and trying to give help as they can. Here's a lob play I think they were looking for to him. Well defended.
Get it back out to him on the right side, and they'll reset. 3:30 left opening quarter, a 1-point Margaretta lead. Behind the back goes Keller. Lost the handle, but it finds the hands of Bailey. Left side back to Keller for three off the backside, but there's Washington. What a pass. Layup too strong, though. He gets it back, and it'll be a foul on the floor as Washington draws the foul. We'll take a look at the whole sequence right here, Coach.
Yeah, good offensive rebound, good pass inside. They draw the foul. He draws the foul on his second offensive rebound. If there's one player you're going to have make sure you have to box out, it would be him.
Yes.
Because he's going to be around the basketball.
Keller gets it right side to Tate Bailey, back to him. Straight away with 3 minutes left in the first.
See good help side defense. Goodman, number 0 for Johnstown, playing in the lane, trying to give help.
Fading away, nothing but net. Washington is on the board, and that's just one of the many moves that he has to offer.
That was a good shot. Good fadeaway shot, as you mentioned, and tough shot.
And unlike some of the other players you've seen here play today and yesterday, he spins, but goes straight up and down instead of fading away, and that allows him to get that pure shot.
Yeah, and he's such an athlete. Good elevation on the shot. Good move.
Will Taylor, the freshman, getting in there. The under the bucket reverse, but right back at you, Tyson Bailey. One of the 4 scores in double figures for the season, makes it 13-10.
They've now moved Washington to the wing on the zone. Pressure. Still, they drop back into man.
At 3, airballed. Nice box out by Margaretta. And it will go back to them with 2:03 left in the first. The Polar Bears, 24-4 last season. Tied with Willard for the Sandusky Bay Division, I believe. Bay or River Division championship. They made it to the regional championship before falling to a guy named Colin White and Ottawa Glandorf, 57-43.
A lot of teams fell to Ottawa Glandorf over the last few years.
But the tough thing was they could never get the ring.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
So many trips to the state Final Four, but just, a tough break after a tough break, 2-point loss, 3-point loss. Such a great player, though. We've had him on the OH.Report many times.
Great player, great kid, comes from a great family.
And now at Ohio State.
Yep.
That pass deflected, but stays with Johnstown under 90
seconds.
seconds.
Johnstown's really trying to get the ball inside.
Double dribble. Yeah, Margaretta very good inside the paint when it comes to defense.
We'll see. Washington hasn't had too many looks today. One good turnaround in the paint, but we'll see if they go to a special for him. Here they bring him off a single to the ball on the wing, let him penetrate. Nice penetration, used his body well. Protect the ball and also square up to the basket.
But what impressed me most about that play, Coach, was his acceleration. You weren't expecting it, and he hit it 0 to 50 right like that.
Yeah, he did. He did. Enough to where the defense tried to give help side, tried to help, but they just couldn't get there in time.
And smart move by them not to foul because, well, on the other end, they will get the foul. Dylan Fox and one, but they didn't foul Washington. Tried to defend it. He put it up and in.
Yeah. That time, yeah, you're right. Fox is just a great move to the basket. Just overpowered him inside. Got the ball outside the perimeters, you see. Used his dribble to get position and went up strong with it. Again, it looks like Johnstown, their game plan is, hey, we want to get it inside. We want to pound it inside and take their guys to the paint.
They have 2 Polar Bears on the bench in foul trouble. A little bit of foul trouble with 2 fouls. Inside, tough post move, counted and one on the other end. Tyson Bailey with his 4th point.
So Margaretta says, well, if you can do it, we can do it. And Bailey says, I'm going to get the ball in close. And a little turnaround jump hook. goes, and he gets an and one opportunity.
It's Liam Deering's second foul. Tyson Bailey 0 of 5 from the free throw line this year.
Well, maybe you did the reverse jinx right here. So
That'd
this
be nice.
might be the one.
Finally, I could help. That'd be good. There's
If
the
so,
Margaretta bench.
Adam, mark it down. Travis will get an assist on a free throw. But
Nope.
no, not this time.
Under 30 seconds left. Taylor gives it off. 3 in and out. Fighting for it. Taylor gets the board. Gets it stripped, though, by Washington, and back comes Margaretta. Into the lane. Too strong.
10 seconds left. Chance to get another shot, but that's what Margaretta wants. They run the lane so well.
And Washington knocks it out of bounds and allows his defense to set up a 6.5.
We see the coaches calling for play 2. So mark this down. This is play out of bounds play 2, sideline out. 4 seconds left. You better go, guys.
Camden Jordan with it. A deep 3. Air balls, and that is how quarter number 1 will end. Margaretta leads it after 1, 17-12. We'll take a break. Be back here from the Columbus Convention Center. Back here, second quarter about to begin. Margaretta leading Johnstown 17-12. Travis Berardi alongside Coach Greg Collins. We were just talking at the break. I don't know if Margaretta's attempted a 3 despite them shooting 47% as a team. Washington adds to his stats with a block. Back come the Polar Bears. Over to Keller, but an extra step by him. The third turnover by the Polar Bears, and Johnstown will get the ball back, down 5.
This is my 6th game here this weekend, and I think so far the officiating is calling a little tighter than the other 5 games. Both teams been called for traveling, moving their pivot foot before they dribble the basketball. Now Johnstown, the first quarter, again, really trying to pound it inside. First 2 possessions this quarter, trying to pound it inside.
A block and a turnover, though. Keller spins. Back comes Johnstown.
Pound it inside again, go up strong,
Got
and
it.
they score. So I think it's easy to see what Johnstown's game plan is. I think Margaretta would like to do a better job of getting out and running. They were successful, scoring 17 points first quarter, and really didn't get a chance to get out and run like they'd like to run. Nice pull-up jump shot, something I don't think we saw in the previous game. Was a shot outside the paint, inside the three-point line. Good shot off the dribble there.
Nolan Wiley with 8 points here in the first half. 5-point lead once again for Margaretta. There's the trap. Washington might have taken an elbow to the face. Offensive foul. Keller, I think, took one to the midsection.
Yeah, he's going to be down a little bit, but great defense, great defense. Able to split the trap, but Keller stepped right in to take the charge. We've seen a few of those today, and as a coach, I'm sure Coach Keller is happy. As a dad, Coach Keller is, ooh, geez, I'm concerned.
It's more of a ooh than I'm concerned, if you know what I mean.
Because he's been there, we've all been there.
There is Coach, the coaching staff.
Boy, does every player have their own coach?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. One guy might be in charge of the
Well,
NI.
that also might be Julian Washington's, crew.
That could be.
You know, how Jordan had his guys.
Well, you're right. You're right.
Entourage. Thank you, Adam Thompson.
There you go.
There's Washington. Nice pass. Extra pass. Layup. Good. Tyson Bailey's got 6.
And that was all because they pounded the ball into Washington and everybody went to defend.
Facilitator.
Went to help. Exactly. And he found the open, well, he didn't directly, but a pass and the next pass found the open man.
Timeout Johnstown on
with
this.
A great trap, and it forces a timeout by Johnstown. You got to watch picking up the basketball just over half court.
I was about to say, what's one of the golden rules of basketball not to do?
Not in a corner. Not in a corner. Don't pick up the ball.
You can mess around right before the line in the corner and get it out, but once you cross that line, you're done.
You better move the ball, baby.
There's a replay of Dylan Fox's score. Some of our scores early on here. I see Judah Keller jumping around a little bit more now. I think he's almost back to full strength.
Last time we saw him, he took a blow to the head. So he's getting beat up on our airwaves. He got crescent.
Still in these trapping.
Whoa.
Ooh, nice kick.
What a catch by the fan in the front row, though. That thing was knocked right back at him. Well done, sir.
Margaretta trapping right away. Johnstown, another good trap. Johnstown's got to come to the ball. Can't sit and watch your man get trapped.
Here comes Julian Washington. Gets it right side.
Nice interior pass.
Into the lane, and Tyson Bailey will go to the line.
Again, what's one thing that Margaretta does well? They run well in transition. They get to spots. They saw an opening in the lane, cuts down the lane, gets the ball and gets fouled. Chance to hit 2 at the free throw line, hits his first one. Slowly, Margaretta's starting to build that lead.
Bailey now up to 7 points. He'll have a chance for 8 right here. He, in fact, does.
And a chance to get them back into their trapping defense. Good job. Before you go, oh, now he gets over. You better have someone to go.
Spins through.
That was close to a travel. Just not comfortable against that trap yet. Looks like a 2-3 zone, trapping zone by Margaretta.
In the corner, that's Deering. And I believe we'll get Julian Washington with his first foul on the reach.
Remember in the first quarter where Johnstown was doing a good job of pounding it inside and getting some good looks inside. Now Margaretta changes up the defense a little bit, making it a little bit harder to get the ball into the paint.
And Fox catches the ball with his foot on the sideline. It's a turnover and an unforced error. Margaretta gets it back up 9 with a chance to extend this lead out to double figures.
And Margaretta slowly just building up the turnovers of Johnstown's.
Pass in, nice Euro. Spins and good. Tyson Bailey's having himself a half.
It was a nice
10 points.
on-ball screen and post roll, received the ball. Here comes a trap in the corner again.
Yeah. They survived that one, but again, you can't pick the ball up in a corner.
You see, they're also taking away the interior pass, something they didn't do earlier in their pressure defense. Now in their pressure defense, they're able to trap, also take away inside. That's a tough move against a good athlete.
Eckenrode with his second field goal.
But they worked for that one. They had to
Yes,
earn
they did.
it.
Great.
Nice pick and roll.
Yes. Tyson Bailey again and a timeout. Johnstown, as Tyson Bailey has taken this game over. Give him 12 points in the first half. It's an 11-point Margaretta lead here with 4:19 left in the half, Coach.
Washington came off that ball screen and nobody went with the roll man. He had a great post entry and an easy layup. But yeah, they're slowly but surely, I'm talking Margaretta, slowly but surely building this lead, you know, taking away what Johnstown has some success with early. Here's a nice post entry pass right there.
All of Bailey's buckets so far.
Bailey with a little jump hook with his over his left shoulder. Here's another one right there close to the paint. Little close jump hook. Another jump hook.
And then this very beautiful. Watch that. Just the little touch, the spin, the easy layup.
So concerned about Washington that they give up the roll man. I don't know if Johnstown does play zone, but, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see them try a little zone. Yes, Margaretta shoots well from the perimeter, but, you know, you got to take away something. And you like to take away close baskets. And Margaretta's been able to get some baskets close to the basket.
Coming up on 4 minutes left here in this.
Again,
half.
1-3-1, and who's out front? Washington's out front there.
And almost gets the steal. Gets Johnstown out of sorts, because they'll have to reset. 4 minutes left in the half. Did you see how deep Washington dropped down there in that zone, too? That kind of threw off that cut pass.
Yeah, well, they're taking away the interior, especially on the perimeter. On the wings, their passes. Nice three from the corner.
Dylan Fox.
Fox hits a big three, but they're not able to get the ball inside like they did early.
However, the fast passing coach did get an open look.
It did get a good look. You're right.
Washington, there's his extra pass, a little too hard. Out to Keller for three. Can't answer, and the rebound comes to Deering. 8-point Margaretta lead. Johnstown looking to cut it in there. This shot's off the front of the rim. Keller comes out with it. Wow. I don't know if he meant to throw that to Keller, but watch him just cut out of nowhere. I thought it was going to go here to Washington. And just, that's a beautifully executed play, just could not finish.
A lot of contact in there, but as we've seen all weekend, they're letting them play inside. Now, look, 4 players for Margaretta above the free throw line extended. They're really trying to put pressure out on the perimeter.
Johnstown nearly had it off the glass. They do get the offensive board. 2:43 left in the half. Will Taylor gets it back out front. Now left side, another three for Fox. He's got another one. One from both sides of the court.
That was a nice look, nice shot. Had a little bit of time, but not a lot.
But on the other end, Tyson Bailey reestablishes his dominance.
I think sometime they're going to have to take away that left shoulder because he just does a jump hook over his left shoulder with his right hand, and he's just lethal with it. You got to take away that left shoulder.
Do we have a third? We do have a third. Dylan Fox is heating up.
Somehow you're going to have to take away this catch and shoot three by Fox.
Fox says, you're talking a little bit too much about Julian Washington. Talk about me. 13 for him. Washington hands it off. Tate Bailey pulls up off the back iron. No. And Johnstown with a chance to add to its run and make this a one-possession game with 90 seconds left in the half.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to make sure Fox has a touch here.
There he is in the corner.
And he's shooting so well. That takes a defender away from help side. And
a
I call 3 seconds.
Call. First time I've seen this season called. Normally they call that when you pitch a tent inside the lane.
I was
that's
going
what
to
happened.
say, it might have been 10 seconds, but it's officially a 3-second call. Now can Margaretta get something in the half-court offense?
There's a handoff to Nolan Wiley. Over to Washington, but he threw it away.
They set up a backdoor play and just weren't on the same page, but it looked like they were setting up a backdoor play for Washington. He looks at him with his hands up and says, hey, I was going backdoor. You threw it the other way.
1 minute left in the half. Johnstown has to get it across the timeline. They barely do, but they do get an open look. Again, does he have another? Yes!
Good ball reversal. Find the hot hand in the corner where he seems to like it. Dead eye.
And we'll get a foul underneath. That's going to be Deering's third, but I think we can say he's on fire.
Yeah.
4 straight three-point attempts, 4 straight threes. 16 points for Dylan Fox, and he has single-handedly brought Johnstown back to within 1.
And they're doing a great job of finding him because he's not creating his threes. He's standing and shooting the threes off of the pass, penetration kick.
The hook does not go. Johnstown with a chance to take the lead before the half.
It'll be interesting if they can't hold it. I don't know if they can against this type of pressure. But look who's guarding Fox right now.
Yeah. Margaretta's backing off a little bit as well.
So with that being said, I see them trying to get it inside. They do.
Can't get it to fall, though. Out in transition. Layup won't go, and here comes Johnstown with 8 seconds. Will Taylor hands it off to Fox. Fox against Washington. Blocked by Washington, and he just throws it down the court as he keeps the lead for Margaretta at 1, 29-28. Look at the replay there, Coach. Just straight up and down, kept right with him, and did not allow him to have a chance to take the lead. 29-28 Margaretta here at the half of the 2024 Holiday Hoopla. We'll be back in a bit with some stats and analysis.
make that move to kill. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. Time to go hard and put your game face on. Ruthless, ruthless. This is the moment movies get based on. This is the moment movies get based on. Fire in the bones, watch me fire out the songs. Let it burn 'em, burn 'em, burn 'em. Got the fire in the bones. Our desires, they become who we are. We go hard, giving up, no we're not. Yeah, the first step is showing up. Now we're here blowing up. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. Yeah, the first step is showing up, now we're here. Yeah, the first step is showing up, hear them chill. Yeah, the first step is showing up, now we're here. We're blowing up, hear them chill. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. If you never risk it, then you never know. Ruthless, ruthless. Give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless.
Back here inside the halftime show. Your score at the break, 29-28 in favor of the undefeated Margaretta Polar Bears. Travis Berardi back here with Coach Greg Collins. We take a look at the halftime statistics. Margaretta had it out to double figures, but then one Dylan Fox brought them back with his 4 straight threes. 40% of the total field goals coming thanks to those shots.
And they look good. Here we're going to see a replay. There it is, left corner. Step in, shoot it. Here it is, coming off a screen. Step in, shoot it. That's number 2. Right corner. Step in, shoot it. Well, he's done the whole court now, so where's he going to get the 4th one from?
He shot from each corner and each elbow
wing
extended, each wing, yeah.
So, yeah.
That's, if there are scouts here watching, you might,
But what was
might
the
wanna look at the
adjustment? Yeah, what was the adjustment Margaretta made there late? They decided to put Washington on it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
but if you do that, you're saying, now listen, You know, we want you to defend him. He obviously did a great job at the end of the quarter, but we're also telling him, don't leave him. Don't leave to help, because if they penetrate and kick, he's going to be open and he's going to shoot it.
Yeah, speaking of shooting, you know what Margaretta hasn't hit yet? A three. We're searching for three-pointers, for highlights of three-pointers for this team that shoots 47% as a team. And, yeah, we haven't found anything because they haven't shot them. They haven't needed to because of one Tyson Bailey underneath. 14 points, and 12 of them from inside the lane.
Yeah, he's done a great job inside. They found him, and he's done a great job in the paint. Right away with a nice drive.
Judah Keller in the lane, 31-28. Will Taylor into the lane. Pivots, pivot, pivot.
Very
gets the
nice
bucket.
pivot. And again, Johnstown, if you're going to let them just pound it inside, that time off the dribble, they're going to do it. They did it early. Now they start the third quarter doing it the exact same way.
Looking like Ross Geller out there with the pivots. Julian Washington with it outside. He's going to blow by his defender, but a nice defensive stop by Taylor to strip it from him. And then we'll get a tough luck foul. That's against Grayson Goodman. That's going to be his third. And it is. A tough break there. Just a little bit of the body too much.
Good things have been happening when they get the ball into Washington's hand. He hadn't been scoring like he's been able to previous games, but just like right there, he's been able to make the post-entry pass. That one just not able to handle, and Johnstown has a chance to take a lead. I don't know if they've had a lead today.
They have not.
They have not, so they have a chance to maybe take the first lead today. And we have Margaretta playing man-to-man defense.
There's Goodman.
Nice ball movement.
And a foul, a block, but nonetheless, John Eckenrode, who had 4 points in the first half, will go to the line for two.
Very nice set. You see, just missed by the great screen by Fox. And when you're shooting the ball well, you're going to be defended closely. It's almost like a double screen. And he sets a nice screen, and they're able to make the pass inside, go to the foul line. Not able to connect on the first one. But Eckenrode a chance to tie it right here, and does.
5 points for him. It's 31 all. Polar Bears back at you. Tate Bailey out to Nolan Wiley. Now straight away to Keller. Keller kicks it back out. The first three in the air, and it cashed it in. Nolan Wiley.
But a great job. Penetration, kick back out. Wiley moving without the ball. Steps in and hits a big three.
And then we'll get Nolan Wiley called for his fourth foul.
That's big, fourth team foul, and, 3 total fouls combined this quarter. We're only a minute and a half in. This is
Nolan Wiley, 12 of 20 from three. He led the team with 58%. Now he's going to have to sit for a while as John Eckenrode finishes another layup. It's back to a 1-point game, 34-33.
Johnstown having success again inside the paint.
Nice tightrope walk by Bailey there into the hands of Washington. Reverses course, gets it over to Keller. Keller drives the lane. Euros kicks it to Washington, but he is fouled, and that will go against Dylan Fox, his second. Oh, correction, they called it on Will Taylor off the ball. So that's his first. Washington with it, right in front of his coach. That's Steve Keller Jr. calling out the play.
I think Coach Keller would love to see Washington, get started here. Here gets a drive, good defense, good hands. They get a steal, but they'd love to see him get going here.
Will Taylor around the screen, into the lane, lays
Into
it
the
up,
paint.
missed it, but swatted right back into the hands of Eckenrode. Eckenrode in and out. Another rebound, Goodman. Goodman looking to kick it out.
Nice
Gives
back
it to the backdoor cut, but rejected out of bounds by Tate Bailey. 3 really good looks 3 defensive stands by Margaretta as they hold on to the 1-point lead.
And I think you can attribute Johnstown's success inside now to those threes from Fox. It spread the defense out, so now the inside has been opened up again to go one-on-one, and Johnstown's had success there most of the night when they've been able to go one-on-one in the paint.
Will Taylor gets it in. They kick it back out to Fox for another 3. This time it's off the mark, though. Rebound to Cale Bailey.
And that's what you like. Washington transition and one.
What a way to get going for Julian Washington. Counted as a foul, and let's take a look at that acrobatic bucket.
And one, protecting the ball with his body, gets the foul and a chance to go to the line. And what does Margaretta do so well? Transition, and they finally get a chance this quarter to get the ball out and run with it.
And is that the bucket that gets Julian Washington going here? He has 6 points, has a chance for 7 here, and to make this a 2-possession game. He does. Washington, an 81% free throw shooter this season.
They're back
Pure.
to the three-quarters court trap that was so good for them. At least the trapping was so good for them there at times in the quarter.
That's deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Johnstown at midcourt. 4:53 left in the third, 37-33 Margaretta. Polar Bears looking to go to 9-0 on the season. Noah Robertson, top of the key, as this zone trap being run by Margaretta.
Johnstown being very, very patient. I think Margaretta is just trying to keep the ball out of the paint area.
And we'll get a foul. I think that's Tate Bailey. It is his first, as he was wrestling around there with John Eckenrode.
I think they're serving their purpose here, and that's to keep the ball out of the paint area, but they get a foul right there. But Johnstown being patient with it.
Inbounds pass to Noah Robertson. Kicks it around, back to him. He'll try a 3. Swish! Nothing but net. Noah Robertson, welcome to the game. The first, not the first, because it's still a 1-point game. I stand corrected. Bailey gives off to
Nice.
Keller. And just misses, but a bit of luck as Eckenrode cannot handle it.
You saw it was a nice penetration, nice pass just off the hands inside.
So Washington in a very tough position. That's a really tough spot to inbounds, but they're really not going to pressure him as he gets it in easily.
And Margaretta has seen, especially Keller, has seen some success penetrating.
Too strong from the elbow, though. Back comes Johnstown now with a chance for their first lead. I jumped the gun a little bit earlier. Will Taylor backs it out as they reset with 3:33 left in the third.
Really slowing the game down right now and trying to figure out what they want to run against this defense of Margaretta. Yeah, now they have it.
Washington with a deflection, but it still finds the hands of Robertson. Robertson spins, puts it up between the 2 defenders, airballed.
I'm not sure that's what you want to do one-on-one against Washington down there. But
Quickly into the hands of
try it.
Tyson Bailey. Bailey spins, too short, and the rebound back to Johnstown. Quick ball movement.
Over his left shoulder again, just not able to connect that time.
He'll back things out. Into the lane, spin. Washington there. Johnstown resets again. There's the trap once again. Trying to get it around, and it's nearly stolen away. It'll be a jump ball. It'll stay with Johnstown as that ball was just bouncing around on the floor for a couple seconds there.
Johnstown, I think, is a little confused. Margaretta with their defense is confusing Johnstown. Again, I don't want to harp on it. Sorry, Travis. If we go back to a shot clock, this defense would be even more outstanding.
This is true.
Because Johnstown would be forced to do something. But now Johnstown is able to be very, very patient and, you know, just try to figure things out. If it doesn't work, continue, go to something else. They bring a shooter to the corner, pound it inside, and what do we have? We have a Johnny lead for the first time today.
Liam Deering with his first bucket of the game. Johnstown with a 38-37 lead over Margaretta. To take a look at the hoop.
Very good setup. They brought a shooter to the corner. Fox, who's been knocking down threes, got the ball to him, did a little cross screening in the post area and got it into a big where they want it, where he could score, and he certainly did it. I think right now Coach Keller is, you know, he has to decide, well, we can stick to this defense that we've been running. It's been effective, but it's really slowing the tempo down, which is not what we like. You know, again, they like to get closer to the 80s.
Yeah.
Averaging, 76, 77, 78 points a game. Johnstown, they score more in the 40s. So they would be content and be very, very patient. So do you stay with that defense that's really been pretty good but slows the tempo down, which is what Johnstown wants? Or do you go back to what they really feel comfortable doing? And then at the offensive end, some decisions to make. You know, I think they've been successful in getting the ball, especially Keller has been good at getting the ball to the basket. I think you still have to do that. The perimeter shooting, they're just not getting open looks. The one open look they had, and it really wasn't too open, they knocked down. But that was after dribble penetration, kick.
So,
we'll see what they have set up here.
Down one, trailing for the first time today. There's Washington with it. Kicks it back out straight away. No three-point attempt there. But from the elbow, right back at you, Cale Bailey's first points. Margaretta leads again 39-38, 1:45 left. Washington gets the steal. Into the lane. Layup good. It's 4 straight for Cale Bailey.
Good pressure on the defense and causes a turnover and a run out.
So quickly, Margaretta gets the lead back and extends it to 3. And we're going to get a foul against Judah Keller. That'll be his first. The 4th team foul. So Johnstown, after this inbounds, will be in the bonus.
We'll see how patient Johnstown is. Well, instead of playing that zone they were doing earlier, they're coming out back to man-to-man. They bring Fox to the corner, but they have Washington guarding him. I love this view right here. You see everything down here.
Yeah.
And they're really pounding it inside.
Left hand too strong. Offensive board. And a foul. And we'll get free throws now for John Eckenrode.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question that Johnstown came into this basketball game saying, listen, fellas, the advantage we have is in the post area. If we can get the ball into the lane area, in within 5-6 feet, we have an advantage strength-wise.
First free throws in. (41-39), 1:01 left in the third. Margaretta had this out to double digits, but then a shooting performance in the second quarter by Dylan Fox brought Johnstown back. They had a lead for a moment, but a 4-0 run by Margaretta pushed it back out.
Not only did it bring them back in the game, but it changed how Margaretta wanted to play defense.
Into the corner, that's Tyson Bailey. Straight away now, Keegan Morris.
Now can they be patient and hold for the last shot?
Along the baseline, mid-range jumper, off the back iron, no. But an offensive board by Tyson Bailey. Into Washington, fades away. That doesn't go. And finally, Johnstown out with it, and they're going to push. Up ahead, layup blocked. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Johnstown, but a bucket-saving block by Cale Bailey.
Great hustle. Came out of nowhere to get that block. Johnstown was finally getting a run out.
And that's just hustle. That's
That
what
is.
you want to see.
Exactly. Don't give up on the ball.
So the big man, the 6'2 freshman, Liam Deering.
I'll be surprised if it's anything but a post entry here, something inside. Well,
Or a three-pointer. Airballed, though, so the last 2 shots from Dylan Fox after hitting 4 in a row off the mark.
Well, he had Washington running after him.
This is true as well.
Yeah, so
Since Washington started guarding him, he really hasn't been able to get some good looks. Now 11.7 seconds left. Margaretta has a chance to get something set up. I mean, you might want to look for number 14 here.
I would think you'd want to give him the ball here pretty quick and let him.
Either him or Bailey inside the lane.
Exactly.
There's the backdoor cut. Washington fights it, counted and one.
Great setup, great play setup. I was wondering why they weren't getting him the ball early. Well, they weren't because they knew he was going to be heavily defended and they were going to run a backdoor play. Great backdoor play setup. Great job of him catching it, taking the ball through the hands and the arms and finishing and getting a chance for an and one.
So Washington with a chance for his second consecutive three-point play, and that'll get him into double digits. But both buckets that he's had here in the third quarter have been pretty big because it's allowed Margaretta a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, and they found him. They found him. You know, they know he's being face guarded. So what do you do with a guy that's being face guarded? You clear out part of the court and let him go one-on-one without the ball, I'm talking, either back door or V-cut back to get the ball.
Washington misses, ball bounces around, 1 second, and that'll be it for quarter number 3. Johnstown held its first lead for a moment, but Margaretta bounces back. They lead by 4 as we head to the fourth. Some fourth quarter action. Ready to go. Margaretta with possession, leading by 4. Travis Berardi alongside Hall of Fame head coach Greg Collins. And this has been a fun game thus far.
Yeah, it has. It's been back and forth. Certainly the tempo that Johnstown wants right there. Big setup shot for Margaretta for Johnson or for Washington hitting that shot.
He had the open look in the corner. He hits it, and it's 46-39. And we thought that first and one might have gotten him going. And that is exactly, but right back at you comes Will Taylor and one.
And again, I'm sure when the game's over and Coach Keller looks at the stat sheet and sees all the shots inside the paint, not only inside the paint, but inside the 5-6 foot range, you know, he's going to say, listen, fellas, we got to change this defensively. Now, usually their pressure, their full court pressure, their traps, causing a lot more turnovers than it is today and keeps the ball out of the paint. Johnstown doing a good job of getting the ball to the paint.
3-point play completed. It's back to a 4-point game. Every time you think Margaretta is going to get an extension on their lead, right back at you comes Johnstown.
Exactly, yeah, they've responded.
Keller to Washington. Washington has the last 6 points for Margaretta. He dishes it off, gets it back to Keller. Just under a minute gone by here, fourth quarter, 4-point lead for the Polar Bears, looking to go to 9-0.
Nice
Cale
drive.
Bailey into the lane, gets the bounce to go.
Yeah, but he attacked that closeout. Nice, strong move to the basket.
He's got 6 points all in the second half. On the other end, Washington with another rejection. Fingertip that one back. Margaretta in possession, up 6. Into the lane, counted and one. Judah Keller got past the defender and takes it in. Margaretta feeling it right now.
Johnstown needs this timeout. The lane just opened up. He took advantage of it.
8-point Margaretta lead. A 5-3 start.
And we're seeing three-point plays all kind of ways this quarter. We're seeing Washington with a three-point jump shot. We've seen both sides with driving layups where they've made it and gotten fouled and converting at the free throw line. But number 22, you know, he has just done a great job. Judah Keller, I think today, of penetrating and being strong with the basketball.
If Keller completes this three-point play, he will be one of 4 players in double figures. Do you know the other 3 players in double figures, Coach? We talked about them. It was the 4 players that average double figures here for Margaretta. All of them, if Keller hits this free throw, will be in double figures once again. That's just how spread out the scoring is here for Margaretta and how consistent the scoring is for Margaretta.
Right. Well, they got the 4 guys that are the go-to guys.
I apologize for the announcer jinx, but Keller gets his own board. Into the lane, lays it up, no, own rebound, kicks it back out. Free throw shot is true for Tate Bailey, his first points.
Nice pass by Keller, an inside-out pass.
10-point Margaretta lead. On the other end, the three-pointer won't fall.
And that time, Fox did have a little bit of time, but just couldn't connect.
And a little bit too much mustard on that throw by
Here's
Washington.
a nice pass. Washington gives a little bit more help. I told you before, Travis, a cardinal sin in basketball is helping off a corner, ball side corner. It's you need to get that help on the ball handler from the weak side. But that time, Fox just not able to connect.
Johnstown needs a bit of a run here now. Down 10. Robertson.
Nice defense.
Stolen away. Almost given right back, but saved by Cale Bailey. Washington from the free throw line. Too strong. Rebound out of bounds. It'll go to Johnstown with 5:49 left.
A lot of time left, but a 10-point lead that's a big lead for a team that deficit for a team like Johnstown that only averages about 49 points a game. Margaretta stays in their pressure.
Yeah, little full court, man-to-man right here. And again, Johnstown picking up the dribble, but able to get it to Goodman. Goodman inside, fights it, gets it back out to Robertson. He'll drive. Now out to Taylor. Under 5.5 left in regulation. Taylor will drive the lane, shield himself, and score.
Good one-on-one move that time. There really wasn't anything working.
Quickly back comes Margaretta into the hands of Washington as he takes the handoff, gets around his defender, jump stops, kicks it back out. Extra pass, open three, short. But they got lucky as it bounces off at 2 Johnnies and goes out of bounds.
Now, what do we have today? You know, again, we've talked about, you talked about at halftime, no threes for Margaretta. They have, what, 1 or 2 this quarter?
2.
2?
Oh, no, 1. It was they do have 2. They have 2. My apologies. Wiley, and then before he got out with his 4th foul, and then Washington from the corner. So 2.
Okay.
Kicked into the corner, skip pass. Here comes Cale Bailey. Tried to get back to the corner. He turned it over. The 9th turnover on Margaretta with 4.5 left. They lead by 8. It's Will Taylor with possession. 3, in and out, but an offensive board. Put back is good.
It was a great setup. They brought Fox off a screen. Washington got screened, had an open look, just couldn't hit it, but they do a great job on the offensive board. So they were down 10, chipping away. Again, how do you do it? You got to make some defensive stops here.
And this is looking just like the end of the half, beginning of the second half, when
exactly.
Fox went on his rampage. Keller into the lane, spins, ball fakes, gets some distance, puts it up and in.
I tell you, I think he's been the difference today. I think he's been the difference. He's been the one guy for Margaretta that has had success getting the ball into the paint.
He's being physical as well, which
He
is throwing
is.
off Johnstown.
Yep.
54-46 as we approach 3:30 left. Eckenrode can't get that. Gets it back. They're going to call a double dribble. Take a look at the replay. Dribble. Yeah. Picked it up, stopped, then dribbled again. It was that little hesitation that cost him.
Now, I can get away with that in our YMCA Old Bands League, but not with these officials.
Are you the one that calls the fouls too? That's not a foul.
They
That's
are
not a foul.
foul. They
It's not a foul.
are.
You punched me in the face. That's not a foul. It's not a foul. Did you die? No. 54-46 the score here. 3:29 left in regulation. Possession arrow does favor the Johnnies. Only one foul so far in the quarter. That's against Margaretta. So Johnstown, if they were to get it closer, they have 4 to give before putting Margaretta into the bonus.
Now, I'm not sure what Margaretta, what their philosophy is here, what they do, but obviously an option is with an 8-point lead with under 4 minutes to go, spread the court a little bit. Maybe get the ball into Washington. I really like the ball in Keller's hands. And maybe open up the lane a little bit, chance to go one-on-one. But or maybe they go for the dagger. Maybe, after the last or early timeout, they went with a double screen and they hit Washington coming off a screen and knocking down a 3. So they have options here, but what do they do? Are they a little bit more patient, or are they trying to go with a set right here? Johnstown obviously is going to have to come out, and they're going to have to be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, down 8 points.
I like the ball in Keller's hands right here, though.
Saw Keller.
And another backdoor play. Good decision. Wasn't there. And they get a early foul. But a backdoor set worked early for them. I think, end of the third period.
Yep.
They go back to
it was
another.
the end one that got him going.
Yeah, back to another backdoor set. Not quite there. Well defended. And smart not to force it.
Straight away to Wiley. Now off to Tyson Bailey, who's been quiet in the second half after going off in the first. Keller. Last time we saw Keller was in March. Their big comeback district championship victory over Crestview. He got his eye cut open. Still finished the game.
Well, he's a coach's son.
Yeah.
He's going to be tough.
That's stolen away. Into the lane, lost. Ball's on the floor. Jump ball, and there's the possession arrow to Johnstown with 2:46 left.
Here it is. Just too many hands right in there, but
That's not the possession arrow you wanted to see from Johnstown, though, because it was while they had possession.
right.
Now the floor cleaner will come out, mop things up. Got to get points on this possession, though, to feel good.
Chance to look at both coaches. I think both coaches have done a great job today.
Got to get it in. Barely does. It's Ace Lowry. He'll back things out. He did a good job guarding Washington in the first half. There's
Go
a
to
backdoor cut,
play, but
but
well defended.
Yep. Well, when you guard Julian Washington in that in practice, you kind of read that. Washington Euro somehow gets to the hoop, and it'll fall in. He's got 10 points in the second half, 14 overall. It's a 10-point Margaretta lead with 2:10 left. Taylor Working his way in, pivots, scoops, no. Keller knocks it out of bounds, though. It'll stay with Johnstown as we take a look at the acrobatics of Julian Washington.
And
a
that
little
ball just sat there.
English on that one to fall in. Oh, and a tough turnover. Right off the ankles of Eckenrode and back out of bounds.
Well, Margaretta did a good job of defending the initial entry, so he was forced to make that pass and just couldn't hit it.
Stay tuned after the game. We will talk to the MVP from both teams before we wrap things off and hand things over to Brian Skoronsky and Mark Bollinger. Bailey breaks the press, gets it to Washington, under 2 to play. Margaretta 150 away from 9-0.
Patience here.
And an offensive foul. And that's the 5th on Nolan Wiley. The 12th Margaretta turnover. And a break for Johnstown.
Well, down 10 with 1:46 to go. You're going to have to score, and you're going to have to gamble a little bit on defense.
All the way to the lane. Washington with another block.
And again, he came from nowhere to make that block. Here's another picture of it. Here's a nice left hand. And, boy, I don't know, that was close to goaltending, wasn't it?
I think he got the fingertips on it before the backboard. We'll have to find that out in a second. We show it in slower motion.
Was it on its way down or what?
No, he got it before the backboard and hit it off.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Shout out Adam Thompson for getting that shot for us. $14 points, but plays like that might be why he may be the MVP for Margaretta.
Well, you're right. You're right.
You know what I mean? Because he's had the
no
assists,
question.
the blocks,
No
the defense.
question. And you know that Johnstown has been so much concentrating on him. It opens up things for everybody else. But, yeah, there's no question.
It's been a team game, though. I mean, without Keller,
well,
without the play by Bailey, but I just think overall, you got to give it to Washington.
Exactly. I think Keller's just played a great game. But you're no question. No question. But out of Washington, you expect it.
Deering tries a desperation 3. Rainbowed that one out of bounds, and with 94 seconds left, Margaretta looking like it's going to be a 9-0 start.
Hey, they're setting up. This could be a baseball pass down court.
Do we see the dunk?
Good. No.
They'll just get it in. Safe play. Washington gets it inside. Layup
Nice
good,
pass.
and Bailey's on the board in the second half.
And now that's an example of why you think he's the MVP. I can see that. You know, just great job of penetrating and passing.
Ooh.
And defense. 58-46. Here it is right here. Just too many hands on the arm.
And what we said earlier, the swiping of the hands, swiping down. They're going to call that almost every time. First free throw in for Dylan Fox. That's his first bucket, or first point of the second half as you take a look at the full coach's bench.
I'm not sure that's all of them. I don't know. There might be more somewhere.
Got them both. 10-point game. Keller to Tate Bailey. Now to Washington with 1 minute left. Keep away. They're playing here. Trying to foul. They do. That's the second of the quarter. The second also on Robertson.
Well, Margaretta, this is great for them.
Oh,
you know, they've had so much success this year, and you know, you need some tight games, tough games, and this is certainly one of them.
Fox off the steal. That nearly, if that back door would have gone,
Might have had
We
that.
might have had that dunk.
You really wanted to see that dunk, didn't you?
I haven't seen one yet this
Yeah,
weekend. I was expecting some.
That probably would have been one. You're right.
But instead, it keeps Johnstown in at the door just a little bit open for them.
Yeah, it's just a little bit open. But I'll tell you what I admire is he's coaching to the end.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Boys, we don't know anything but playing hard and playing for the entire 32 minutes. And they're coaching to the end. But you're right. We've seen stranger things. You know, I think they're going to get out of their comfort level a little bit and have to full court pressure. At least they haven't shown it today. So if they're going to full court pressure, if they're going to face guard, and they did the last time they scored, they put a man on the ball and face guard. It might open a little leak out for your man Washington to get the dunk.
Yeah.
We'll see what Coach Keller draws up here. Obviously, Johnstown is going to have to gamble a little bit. But it looks like Johnstown is going to come with a center fielder.
Now the question is, do they play a full court defense as well as Hoban did with that diamond?
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to have to try to trap.
They get it into Washington. Quickly back. Almost a travel. Ooh. Keller gets it. Throws it to Washington. Washington ahead across the timeline. Inside the Bailey. Bailey back out to Washington looking to foul. And now finally Keller is fouled by Robertson.
Good ball movement.
29.4 left on the clock.
And, you know, we might see the bonus.
One more foul and we will get the bonus.
I think that should have done it, shouldn't it, right there?
Some are saying it's 5, some are saying it's 4, and it is 5. We have a bonus. So Judah Keller, 1 of 2 on the day from the line, 13 of 18 on the season.
You know, I have a feeling that Coach Keller is, you know, he's going to go back and he's going to talk about what we did well, what we didn't do very well, how we didn't execute. But in his heart, he's thinking, you know, I'm glad we had a game like this.
Yeah. In a venue like this, a situation like this.
Exactly. This is good for us. And I think for Johnstown, they're going to come out of it and say, listen, fellas, we played a darn good team, really closer than what the final score, I think, is going to indicate.
And you have to think Johnstown-Monroe, they're a good squad. A 1-point loss, a 3-point loss, and a 9-point loss. No big blowouts that they've experienced. Keller misses the second. Johnstown with the rebound. Fox kicks it back out. Deering, a deep 3, another air ball. And with 12.3 left, you got to think Johnstown a call off the dogs. I do see Coach just waving his hand saying, don't foul. And Margaretta, its lowest offensive output of the season, but it doesn't matter. They're going to be 9-0.
Exactly. That's what counts. Get the W.
They get across the timeline. They get it to Washington, and he's going to dribble it out as Margaretta wins it 59-50. We'll take a break, talk to the MVPs from both teams after the break. Back here with our MVPs of today's contest. First for Johnstown, it is guard Will Taylor. Will finished with 9 points. You know, tough game for you guys today, but this is something you can learn from. Margaretta, very good squad, went to the regional final last year, brought back a lot of players, and twice you guys had it. You had the lead in the second half. Just what's something you can learn from this game, because it's not a conference game, it's a non-conference game, but it's a game that can make you better.
Yeah, definitely just like continued focus. You just got to stay in the game at all times. Can't really let up at any point or you get down.
You scored 7 of your 9 points in the second half. Just what opened up for you in the second half?
I would definitely say our spacing got real well, and then my teammates scoring early in the first half opened up a lot of opportunities for me.
Yeah,
gave me a lot more space.
Yeah, I mean, this is a cool venue. This is a cool situation for you guys. You know, the Columbus area teams playing teams from around the state, but not only that, you get to play in a venue unlike any other. A venue that's, you know, you wouldn't see something like this other than maybe UD Arena or state semifinals. So what does an opportunity like this do for you guys? Even though, you know, you play some of the best teams, you learn about yourselves, but also you get to play on a cool court. I
mean, it's definitely something we've been looking forward for a while. I mean, we've been looking forward since the summer. Been excited to get down here and enjoyed it. Yeah.
You guys have been in every game. A couple losses, really close, but it seems like you guys have a good squad from last year. You know, only 2 points away from making it to districts. Just what are some expectations? What are some things you want to work on as you go into the new year? Maybe go on a run and further into the tournament.
Like I said earlier, definitely like keeping that focus and intensity throughout the entire game. I feel like we've had lapses in a lot of games, but the games we stay in, it's because we're just continually focused.
All right, lastly, as always here on the OH Report, if you want to look in the camera, give as many people a shout-out, go for it, my friend.
I'd just like to shout out my whole team. I feel like practice has been good this year, and everybody's always coming to work.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Will Taylor, 9 points, the MVP for Johnstown. Now, if you want to hand this off to our Margaretta MVP, it is one, Julian Washington. 14 points. 10 in the second half. Julian, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing wonderful. We're having a great time down here. You guys are as well. This was one of your toughest tests so far this season. You're 9-0. They gave you a fight. Dylan Fox, their forward, hit 4 straight threes. They had the lead, but you guys were able to battle back. How important was a game like this early on in the season, just to battle test you, especially in like a venue like this?
It's great. It's great to come out and play on this type of stage. You know, we've never played here before, but we just came out and competed.
You know, you were held to 4 points in the first half, but backdoor cut and one kind of got you going. How important was that play, not only for you, but for your offense to get going in that second half and to start pulling away?
It's very important. We just try to get our best guys just to get them shots and get open so we can get rolling. So it was definitely a big shot. That definitely got me going, and it just got our team going after that.
I mean, you got 4 scores this season in double figures. All 4 of you scored in double figures here tonight. It just seems like this is a team that is destined for some better things. I mean, you know, last year you're close. You're at the regional final against Colin White. He's gone. Divisions are a little bit more. Does it feel like maybe it's a little bit further or bust this year for this squad?
That's definitely our goal. Our goal is to just get farther than what we got last year. So we want to win a regional final and hopefully make the state. That's our goal.
All right. You know it. As always here on the OH Report, you want to look in the camera, give some shout-outs. Go for it, my friend.
I just want to shout out the man upstairs. Without him, you know, I wouldn't be anything, and I just want to thank my parents, my mom, my dad, and my family and friends that have got me up to this point.
There you have it. Julian Washington, 14 points. Margaretta, 9-0. Congratulations, sir. Back here to wrap things up, to wrap the day up for myself and Coach Collins as Margaretta 9-0 on the season. They are 59-50 victors over Johnstown. There are the final stats, and just, it was the inside game. A team that shoots 47% from three, but they did it on the inside. 25 twos, 2 threes, 5 of 9 from the line. And then Johnstown, they had it. They had a 1-point lead in the second half.
Yep.
But just the turnovers, a little too much. Just, Margaretta, the balance, a little too much for them.
Yeah, we talked about earlier today about how this is such a great setup to come down here and play, and I think both teams are going to get a great deal out of this. Obviously, Margaretta has not been in any close games.
Yeah.
Today they had to battle.
Yep.
They had to find ways to be successful that they haven't had to do, I don't think, yet this season. But they will have to as they continue on in the season. So it's a besides a W, it's also a win-win in going back and film review. For Johnstown, hey,
Yeah.
you played a quality non-league opponent. You got beat, but you battled the entire time. I think both coaches are going to find a lot that they know they have to work on, but also a lot that they're really, really happy of their team.
That'll do it for our half of the crew today. Shane Young, Coach Collins, Adam Thompson running the 1s and 2s as well. Thank you very much, everybody. We're going to hand things over to Mark Bollinger and Brian Skoronsky for the final 3 games of tonight, and then we will wrap up our coverage tomorrow with 6 more. But that'll do it. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes with our next game.